It is Thursday, March 5th, 2026. This is another offseason edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan along for the ride as well. Please share where you are.
I'm up in the mountains, Chris, enjoying a nice little snow day, a little bit of skiing, a little bit of opera today. But most importantly, I'm getting my work done.
Oh,
Talking
yes, you
ball
are.
with you, my favorite part of the day, for sure.
And if you want to see exactly where he is, just check out his Instagram story. Dude lives a good life.
I do live
Good
a
for
good life,
you.
man.
Good
Don't
for
ever
you.
catch me complain. If you do, you can slap me, all right?
And good for baseball because we got early word on Thursday morning that Andrew McCutchen has a new home. He signed a minor league deal, I do believe, with the Texas Rangers. Evan Grant, who, of course, covers the Rangers so well, first to report this. Hey, at least he found a home.
Yeah, and he's been working hard, and you just root for a guy like Kutch. I guarantee he's going to have meaningful at-bats for the Rangers this year, despite the minor league deal. Like, he's going to be on that roster, if not to start, at least at some point as he ramps up, man. So an all-timer, one of my favorite guys I ever played with or against. So shout out Kutch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the last few years, when you combine his WAR, it hasn't even equaled one. We know he's not the MVP guyer still, but great dude, can still hit lefties a little bit and still has some pop, but he would mean a tremendous amount to any clubhouse. And actually, I got to be honest with you, like I think the Rangers could really use him because they're a very quiet team. They got a bunch of guys that are like
Oh, you want
this.
some energy?
I want some energy.
Who does he got? Uncle Larry's the alter,
Oh,
what's that called? The other
yeah.
personality? Yeah.
Yes. His alter ego. Yeah, it's been
Alter
a
ego.
while
That's
since
the
we
word I was
busted
looking
him out.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. I like that. So good to have him. All right, World Baseball Classic is officially underway. We had a pair of games over at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. Australia, they took care of business against the team from China. 3-0 was the final in that one. South Korea, they were all over the Czech Republic 11-4. This is Travis Bazzana, the number one pick from a few years ago by my Cleveland Guardians and their top prospect in the organization. Couple of knocks. He's trying to up the ante with Australia over there. And talk about a guy that's an energy provider. That's him.
Dude, I don't think Australia ever needs more energy. All these Australian dudes, that's all they have. But I was watching that. I was about to text you. I don't know what happened, but I'm happy that you got him in the org. And they're all Australia's always the team, like sleeper team, maybe, but the team you root for sure.
I love seeing the uniforms too, dude.
Those are
And I
good
thought
unis.
those
Those
were
are good
pretty good.
unis.
Yeah. Good look. No question. Um, real stuff starts cranking up now. And I know that Joe's has got his new show. So make sure you check that out. All about the World Baseball Classic. That's going to be great. In the meantime, Team USA just swept its business against the Giants and the Rockies out in the Cactus League. They busted up San Francisco 15-1. Then on Wednesday, they crushed Colorado 14-4. The question is, can the Americans truly hit? You'll be the judge of that.
One of the best hitters in the game.
Oh, boy. He just leaned on that one, and there's going to be about 500 people up there on the berm trying to come up with the baseball. That thing almost got to the concourse, which is not easy to do.
Oh, my gosh. We don't get to see him hit baseballs out in Arizona where it really flies.
That's
right?
true. That's very, very true, man. Especially at this time of the year. Yeah, he looks good. I mean, look, he's the best right-handed hitter since who? Pujols? Don't say ever, Dan.
There are people
Relax.
that will say ever. When you look at his overall numbers, I think that they are better than Pujols's for that
Yeah,
run.
I'm just saying. I like to include. There's a lot of good right-handed
There
hitters
are
out there. I mean, geez, he's a
awesome.
stud.
Okay, so 29 runs in 2 games. I get it. The Giants and Rockies aren't throwing their best. Well, maybe the Rockies are, but the Giants weren't throwing their best guys out there. What do you expect from this offense?
I mean, it's a juggernaut. And, not only is Judge going, but Buxton down there is hitting. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing is if everybody can get hot like at the same time, obviously that's the recipe for success. Usually that doesn't happen, especially like spring training. Guys are still getting going. But man, I mean, it was everybody contributing to the offensive onslaught. So I'm expecting big things. How could you not when you look at the roster? And I mean, we have real deal hitters, we have speed, we have power, like kind of a little bit of everything, as we should with a USA team roster. So I'm expecting obviously big things from them.
I think I saw the other day that maybe Will Smith was hitting 7th, something like that. I mean, that's when you know that you have a great lineup. I mean, the All-Star game lineups, that's what always makes it so much fun. Usually those, like, some guy will slide in there. You're like, oh, okay, that was interesting. But this lineup, it's bangers. And
It's so much different than the All-Star lineup because they're taking this seriously. The All-Star game not
right.
takes seriously.
Mhm.
Like, they want to win. DeRosa's putting these guys in, trying to figure out, like, how do we create the perfect balance in this lineup? It's not just like, hey, man, like, you want to play in the second today or the fourth? Like, what do you want to do? Like, this is meant to win, and I think that's the biggest difference.
While also, D-Row and his coaching staff do have to honor the requests of all 30 major league teams, right? These are guys that are on loan. They're still trying to get ready for the season. You can't have the same guys getting at bats every day.
Sure.
So you are going to see some dudes that are getting in there that aren't as good as the normal guys, and that's okay. I mean, we say this every time we talk about the World Baseball Classic, that there is no perfect time to play it, so you have to strike that balance and pitch counts and availability, all that sort of stuff. So, yes, while they're trying to win, it's not a win at all costs, and we understand that. I am curious, who on this team do you think we're going to be talking about the most when the tournament is over?
So I always think the WBC is defined by big moments. I think that's what it's been great at over the years. And for me, I think big moments in these games are going to be guys that come in and can put a fire out or go through like the heart of the Dominican lineup. So I'm looking for a reliever that's going to come in and be that guy. I think it's going to be Mason Miller. If I can just imagine, we're not going to, like, these starters aren't going to be going 6-7 innings. So the relievers are going to play crucial roles. And I think he's going to get the brunt of, if we go up against the DR in the semis, in the finals, whatever it is, and we got to go through Tatis and Vladdy and Soto, like, I think he's going to be the guy. And if he can do that, I think we'll end up, he already possesses the arm talent that makes people want to watch him pitch. But if he gets put in those situations against those guys and gets the job done, I think we'll be talking about him.
Dude, do you think, like, he could hit 104? I know it's early, but when you're talking about putting on the USA jersey, I would imagine that means something to him. I don't want to speak for Mason Miller, but whatever it means to him.
I also think that Griffin Jacks could be like another one of those guys because of the changeup that he possesses, neutralizing, some of the lefties. And I just think the relievers are going to come up so big for the U.S. this year.
I think one guy we don't talk about at all, and I think D-Row mentioned him in his in-game interview when they were going against the Giants, was Bryce Terang. He's a guy that you pay attention to because he was on the best regular season team in baseball. But on the construction of this roster, he gets totally lost. Totally lost. In fact, you don't even know he's there until he starts making plays. And, a couple of years ago, he stole 50 bags. I totally forgot that. But he can consistently be, in my opinion, a 20-30 guy, a 20-40 guy. And on this team, which has so many mashers, when you get a dude with athleticism like he has and can play a great infield and can, score on a ball in the gap like some of these guys cannot, it's going to make a difference in the semis or the finals, I think. So
I mean, that's why we see Japan do so well in this tournament. They're just fundamentally sound. You need the plays to be made in big situations. And that's one thing I'm curious to see what DeRosa does late in games. Like, when does he push like best defensive like lineup? Like, when does he take guys out that are mashers for the best defensive arrangement? I mean, I love this tournament because of that. I think he will be doing stuff like that more often than you would in the regular season. Or, this is, again, I know you said it's not win at all costs, but he's going to manage within those restraints as best he can to win each day. It's great, man. I can't wait, Chris. I'm so fired
it's going to be awesome. And part of the reason I can't wait is just seeing the games go on in different parts of the world, right? I watched the first game between Australia, and China. What are we calling them these days?
They're called Chinese Taipei in this tournament. You
Chinese
can call
Taipei
them
in the
Taiwan, whatever you want,
Taiwan,
Chris.
right. Exactly. Thank you. Chinese Taipei. I always think like Little League whenever I call them Chinese Taipei. I expect these games to be played in Williamsport when I mention that. But I just love it, like the sounds and the sights that come out of each place. I don't know if you saw the Dominican Republic when they played their 2 exhibition games against the Tigers. I mean, when home runs were being hit and guys were celebrating, it looked like a different game.
Yeah, the atmosphere is something else.
That freaking jacket is hot.
I do have an answer for you, actually. I am here with one of my buddies is Chinese, and he said his parents grew up there. And he said the older generation still calls it like Taipei or Chinese Taipei, and the younger generation is the one who calls it Taiwan.
Got it. Okay, cool. Appreciate the clarification. One other thing before we give a World Baseball Classic prediction, the cleats that Bad Bunny gave Team Puerto Rico.
I didn't see him yet. I'm curious.
Here we go. Here's the unboxing. What do you think? They're like the Bad Bunny ones.
I like the bottom white soles. Like that's so clean when you can do that because in the big leagues you can switch them out quite often if you want to.
I love it that people are just, particularly somebody as big as Bad Bunny, getting involved in this whole thing. It's great.
Yeah.
Great for the sport.
Those are nice. Those are clean.
Yeah. And I like it that they do the whole Blonde Ambition tour thing with the hair, and to see Nolan Arenado at his age to go do that. Pretty neat. Good stuff. All right. What's your prediction?
I said yesterday in a video I put out that like the U.S. is on a collision course with the DR, and I'm still like not sure if they reseed going into the semis or not. Joe's McFly said that they would face off in the semis. Either way, that's my prediction. That's going to be a massive game, US DR. I can't wait for that. If they get through the DR, then they play Japan. I think it could be a rematch of last WBC. I think the US gets the job done. We see Noah McLean and Joe Ryan close out the WBC against Japan.
Oh, wow. That'd be interesting. Yeah, McLean, who's been dealing with a bout of vertigo, they were like, yeah, he can come in and pitch. Come join us. We'll see you down the road, kid. Just get healthy. There's something about that DR lineup.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you were to take a silent poll of the players on the Dominican Republic, would you rather win the World Baseball Classic or the World Series this year? What do you think the answer would be?
It's crazy that we even have to think about that. That's how much this tournament means. I still think World Series. I do.
I don't know.
I still think World Series because you play 162 and then you have to win, a wild card, a division, a championship series. It's much harder to win a World Series.
You've talked to guys, you've played with guys from the DR, grew up in Venezuela, and
it means a lot. It does.
How proud they are. And I know this sounds totally ridiculous, and people are probably blasting this thought even in the comments, but I'm just telling you, this isn't based on what I'm thinking. This is based on me talking to guys from certain areas of the world.
I'll tell you this much. Okay. I think they'll have more fun winning the WBC. It's way more stressful to win the World Series. Like this is just fun for these guys.
You know what? I'll ask some of the guys when I see them at Dodger Stadium or Angel Stadium throughout the year. All right, give us your predictions. I do think that the DR wins. I'm rooting for the United States. I want us to win. I think the DR gets it done. They've had some disappointing tournaments at times. It's been a little core shaking to them. I think they do exceptionally well.
We're celebrating our 250th birthday this year, Chris. It's our year.
I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I can't wait for the tournament. I think it's going to be awesome. All right, this episode of Baseball Today is sponsored by SeatGeek. As we've told you, World Baseball Classic is here. That means baseball's regular season right around the corner. We also have the NBA, NHL are winding down. You know what's fun this summer? The World Cup. It's coming to North America. That's why we want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. More than 35 million downloads, more than 70,000 listed events. That's made SeatGeek the #1 rated ticketing app. Go out and use it for whatever you want, and that includes concerts. But don't do what I did. I had my code in hand. I went and got my tickets to a concert. I hit pay, and I forgot to put my code in. So don't do that, because we're giving you this code, Baseball 2026. You're going to get 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Once again, that is 10% off any tickets, the promo code Baseball 2026. And just put it in. In fact, you can make sure you click the link in the description. You'll download the app. You're going to have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. That way, you won't be a bonehead like somebody on this show. Thank you. It's the reason I'm wearing an Atlanta Braves cap today. I'm trying to make you feel better. I'm trying, my people. Jurickson Profar, he is appealing his season-long suspension for PED use. Pending a reversal, the Braves DH/outfielder done for the year. This, of course, comes a season after he was popped for an 80-game suspension in 2025. Now, you're going to hear from Atlanta manager Walt Weiss in just a second. But first, here is Profar's teammate Spencer Strider, who was asked by Mark Bowman, who covers the Braves for MLB.com, whether or not Strider thought Profar was being selfish.
I mean, it's just like an injury. It's like anything else. I mean, we still have, the rest of spring and the 2026 season. That's where our focus is going to be. That's where I was before we found out about that. Nothing's changed from that regard.
Obviously, there's emotions. I don't tell grown men how to think or what to feel. That's a personal thing. I talked about, of course, we're all disappointed.
Okay, let's start with this. Do you think Profar is selfish?
Yes. I'll tell grown men how to think. Take it for what you want. I mean, look, it's terrible, man. I said this before, and people don't like when I say it, but it's true. Like, baseball is a brotherhood. Like, you are competing with guys, but you're also in the Players Association together, and you want to move the game forward. And you're all kind of you just want a level playing field. And when guys cheat and take performance enhancing drugs, it's a slap in the face to your brothers, man. And to do it twice, and to do it in a contract year, and all these things, man. It just sucks. I've had so much experience with this, unfortunately. So I've had a lot of time to process like my emotions and my thought process on it. And I hate it. I just think, man, there's no amount of money or success in the game that I would trade for like respect and like my quote unquote legacy. So I don't know, man. People think differently about it, and I hate it. It is selfish. And if you're Atlanta, like, I don't know what you do. You obviously get that money back this year, which they kind of need. Maybe you can go out and get another starter because you had some injuries already. But then next year he comes back. You still owe him the last year of his contract. Like, how do you handle that, man? The guy's played half a year of his 3-year deal. It's to me, I just say, go.
You eat it. Yeah, there's no way he can walk back in that clubhouse. There's no way. There's no way you can look.
They're not going to eat it, though. That's the thing.
Look, not all of us play on teams, okay? But your business, whatever business you're in, as long as it's just not a solo business, you are part of a team. And so there are people that rely on you sometimes to get their job done. And respect in the workplace is a big thing. This is just something that's totally different. And I listened to every interview with Spencer Strider, with Chris Sale, with Austin Riley, with Matt Olson. And you know what they all said? They all said the same thing. Well, it's like an injury. It's not like an injury. Nobody chooses to get injured, right? Nobody's throwing themselves into a wall or taking a hammer to their ankle. That's not what people do. Jurickson Profar chose this, pending the outcome of the appeal. He's gotten popped twice. I was with the team last year in Los Angeles when that broke. Those guys looked like they had seen a ghost. Now, you'll remember at that time they were winless. It was the first week of the season. They got blown out in San Diego. They come up to the home of the defending World Series champs. They hadn't won a game, so they're a little shaken with all that. And then the Profar stuff happens, and they were all like, really? We got to answer these questions on top of all this shit? Now they have to go back and do it again? For God's sakes, the Braves, they had their statement on standby. I mean, you're kidding me? You think you have to use the same statement for the same guy in consecutive years? That is, you know how embarrassing that is, Trevor?
It's just tough, man. I don't know. I'm over it. I think that should be the last time that we kind of talk about it. And it goes for anyone that gets popped like that, and especially a repeat offender. It's like, dang, dude, come on.
Well, can I say this? I don't ever justify trying PEDs, but if there ever is a time, it's maybe when you're the worst statistical player in the sport, like he was a couple of years ago with Colorado. Then he had that resurgent year out with the Padres. Then you get your money. Okay, you got popped, but you can still have the rest of it. How moronic do you have to be to then cost yourself $15 million this year?
It seems unfathomable, Chris. If we're being honest, like it's a very idiotic decision. So like, I don't know, maybe there was there residual from the first time. I don't know. Cause I can't fathom getting your payday, serving the suspension, and then doing it again. There's no way, right?
None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. Now, you mentioned
Chris, so far, instead of making $30 million or upwards of 20, he's made 6.
And
So,
and
like,
he's guaranteed 15 next year, even if the Braves cut his ass. They have to pay him. It's going
unless
to go
he pops
down
again. What if he pops again?
Right. Well, then they can save it.
And he's
You think
banned forever from the sport, by the way. 3 strikes.
You think maybe the Braves are looking into hiring somebody to doctor that P test?
Honestly, I don't want you to, don't even bring that up. And that's something that they'll talk about. Like, hey, we want to be able to void contracts for PEDs. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, well, what if you got just a water that somebody put something in? Like that, I don't like that. That's a slippery slope.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, think about how easy that would be.
Yeah, that doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't. I mean, what are we doing here? What are
Not
we doing?
now. I don't know. Just I'm out on this topic.
Okay. But we have to continue on with the Atlanta Braves, right? So we got no Profar pending the appeal. Schwellenbach and Waldrop out the year, 2 young pitchers. Kim slipping on ice over in South Korea. He's not going to be ready, it sounds like, till mid-May. How worried should Atlanta fans be?
I said this with Talking Jake. If everything stops right now and they, Yaz, what a signing that'll end up being, right? They got him to basically replace Profar now. If everything stops right now and they can roll out the guys that are healthy and those guys stay healthy throughout the year and we have some bounce backs from an Austin Riley, whatever, I still think this is a very, very good baseball team. But you have to be worried as a Braves fan because of what you went through last year. There's no doubt about it. You're like, this is going to be the same thing where our starters are getting injured. We're going to have to play this game where we don't have a full lineup. I like to think about the season with guys healthy. So like I said, if everything stops right now, like they still have enough. They have a nice top 3 with the options for the back end of their rotation. If they wanted to go out and spend that $15 million that they just got back, like Giolito's still out there, Littell's still out there. So there's guys, if you wanted to, get some more depth in the rotation, you can do it. So again, I still think it's a very, very good team. But yeah, you're thinking about injuries if you're a Braves fan.
Right. So if you're trying to shape it in a positive light, Sean Murphy's not quite ready, but he will be the everyday DH-ish sort of guy. It certainly sounds like. You make the good point about Yaz. The problem is he stinks against lefties, dude. Do you know what his OPS was against left-handed pitching last year?
I saw it. It was not good.
427.
Yeah, not good.
You can't trot that out there every day. And Eli White, he's really like a 5th outfielder. Let's be honest. He's not a straight platoon guy. They're going to have to make a move, in my opinion. And then the Braves, if you were to rank teams in terms of most hope put in a basket of, God, our guys have got to stay healthy and everything's got to go right. It's this team. It really is, because they made so few moves in the offseason. Why? Well, we think everybody's going to be healthy. We think we're going to get straight in a lot of areas. And now, say whatever you want about Jurickson Profar and being an idiot in his decision-making. He was a productive player when he came back. And he's a guy that hits from both sides of the plate. So he hits lefties and righties. And he actually does it at a pretty good clip. That is important stuff. So for us to just say, oh, let's just dismiss him and move on, he was going to be a vital part of the top of their lineup. And just to say, well, it's okay, we'll figure it out, I don't think that that's good enough. I think there's a lot of pressure on Alex Anthopoulos to do something, and maybe that means make a trade at some point early in the season for an outfielder, because I don't know there's nobody out there right now that you want. I don't know.
On the free agent market, probably not. That's going to be a difference maker.
No, not right now. Not with 3 weeks to go before it gets going for real. Braves fans, let us know where you're at emotionally. I'm trying to send some good vibes your way by wearing this cap. But man, what a kick in the you-know-what. If you're Alex Anthopoulos, you must be sick at night, right?
Yeah, you're not happy. You're not happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
when you're an architect of a team, you just think about your team being healthy. And then when guys get hurt, you're like, what? Like, this isn't the team I put together. This isn't the team I put together. I want my guys. But you have to obviously know that's going to happen.
This is so different than an injury. This is so different than an injury.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You're overly pissed at this.
Yeah. And also Braves fans or baseball fans, if you want to suggest something, what do you think would work? I mean, I think there might be a trade or two that could shake down to go get an outfielder. See? I don't know. All right. Today's episode sponsored by Amazon. When life throws you a curveball, Amazon's everyday low prices on essentials helps you save the day. Amazon has everything you need whenever you need it, from planned purchases to unexpected moments. They got everything in one place, saving you time and money so you can focus on what matters most. I told you, just got back from a 16-day roadie. I was short two things. I told you about my heart gummies that I ended up getting. The other thing is my hair gel. I was like running low, and I had to get through the combine, and so I ordered it up. I sent it to my hotel. It saved the day. For goodness sakes, the NFL scouting combine could not have continued if Chris Rose's below-average hair was not kept in place. So Amazon's got it all, from tech to clothing to daily needs. It doesn't matter. Anything else to help you prepare for the start of the long baseball season, Amazon, they got you covered. All in one convenient place. It can deliver you to at your home or on the road, a hotel, an Airbnb. You got an address, they'll come calling. So whether it's routine shopping or handling life's curveballs, shop Amazon and save on essentials. Save the everyday. All right, Reds fans. Could have worn your hat today. I know you need some cheering up. They're also pegging the worryometer, as I like to call it, because their ace, Hunter Green, off to see team physician Dr. Timothy Kremchek and Dr. Neil Elatrosh after that. He's having an MRI. We're going to know more next week. Green told Charlie Goldsmith that he battled elbow stiffness down the stretch last year, but wanted to push through to get to the playoffs, which is something that happened with the Reds. He said his MRI at the time came back clean, but that he felt that something wasn't right as camp was ramping up. How panicked do you think Reds fan base is?
I mean, it's not good. Elbows and pitchers, not great. Anytime you hear anything about that, reading into it, sounds like he thinks it could be bone spurs, which is an easier process than Tommy John and a quicker recovery. But I mean, this is your ace. This is your guy. And the best part of your team, your strength, is your starting pitching, and to have your best starting pitcher go, I mean, that's definitely a hit. So, I mean, they have guys there. We've talked about their depth and what they're able to do. Back end, if Hunter Green's out, then you're going to have a couple of really young guys down there, and Chase Burns and Rhett Lauder, guys that have electric stuff and can surely step up, but they're young and don't have a ton of experience. Scale of 1 to 10, how worried should you be as a Reds fan? Elbow stuff, I'm going like a 7 right now, dude, and just hoping for the best case scenario.
At least, right? And it makes them thankful that they did not trade any of that pitching depth in the offseason, because there were reports. I even said I would have traded Hunter Green to the Baltimore Orioles. Thought you could have gotten
that would have been nice.
What, to trade him and then have him?
Well, I'm not. I don't mean to say nice, but like that's different than trading the other guys and being left with this.
Yeah, no, I hear you loud and clear on all that. Yeah, it's 7 or 8. Hey, by the way, Dr. Timothy Kremchek, he's been their physician so long. He was there when I started my career in Cincinnati in May of 93. Seriously, he's been a part of it. He's still doing it. Good for him. But it's not a name you want to hear if you're a Reds fan, because you're like, oh, God, he's going to see the doctor. That's horrific. So he had Tommy John in 19, right after he got drafted. And we mentioned him in passing. He wasn't even a topic the other day. Remember when we did the show, we were talking about Hunter Green, and I said, the thing is that he's not available enough. Well, that's going to most likely continue this year. He's never made more than 26 starts. He had 19 last year. He's been on the injured list in all 4 of his big league seasons. And if you are going to be mentioned as one of the greats in this sport, it's hard because your initials go from HG to IL. And that's just not, and it stinks. It's not like the kid's doing it intentionally, but man, it's frustrating for him. It's frustrating for Reds fans. Now, the good news is Andrew Abbott's a stud. But the rest of their rotation, outside of Brady Singer, who's now in his walk year, he's dependable. He's out there every 5 days. But the rest of it, Nick Lodolo, once again, he's got a timeshare on the injured list, which sucks. Chase Burns, awesome, former number 2 overall pick. Made his debut last year. Rhett Lauder, also a top 10 pick, but he didn't throw a pitch last year. He had all sorts of injuries. He had a forearm. He had an oblique. Brandon Williamson is coming off of Tommy John surgery. So those 3 guys are probably battling it out now instead of for 1 spot, probably 2 spots. It doesn't mean that this rotation still can't be excellent and be the thing that drives this team. But man, Hunter Green,
I mean, it's very tough when you lose your top dog. And we're seeing that Nick Krall saying he's not going to reach into free agency, so you are going to be going with those guys who are coming off of injury or do have very little major league experience. So I mean, hey, I always say this: you get your opportunities in weird ways sometimes, in bad ways sometimes. A lot of it is in injury, so it's time for these guys to step up.
I mean, you are insane if you're a baseball architect and you don't go into camp with 8 guys that you feel like we can at least hand the ball to at some point.
I feel like the Reds are a team that did that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely they did. We just mentioned all these names, and there's a ton of talent there. And if it all comes together, it's just that the injury bug has bitten a bunch of them early in their career. And so how do you respond from that? We go, oh, yeah, he's just coming back from Tommy John. Like, it's no big deal. Everybody's different.
Tommy John, you know how it goes, man. The first 6 months back or the first whatever,
be rough.
It's not good. The first year back is never good. Feel for the pitches is off. Guys talk about it all the time.
Right.
So it really ends up being like an 18-month process.
Mm-hmm. All right, Reds fans, you can chime in. Let us know what's happening with you. Please. All right, time right now for a brand new segment. It is brought to us by MLB The Show. MLB The Show's ratings, they dropped yesterday, so time to review some of the American League players. And what we're going to focus on is the Diamond Dudes, okay? 85 and higher, right? There's guys who made the list. There's guys who didn't make the list who, in our opinion, maybe should have. So let's start with that. We'll each go over a guy that should have made the list but didn't. Who's that for you?
That should have made the list but didn't. So, okay. I have Zach Neto. He's very, very close. He's rated an 84. 85 gets you diamond status. Mm-hmm. I just think we don't talk about him enough because he's on the Angels. He gets kind of like lumped into that organization. DRS liked him a lot better last year defensively than OAA did. So his 5.1 D WAR is a lot higher than his F WAR would be. But the guy's like a masher at the shortstop position who I think plays pretty dang good defense. And those guys just don't. If you can hit and play shortstop, you're a diamond. That's my take.
I love him. I love everything about him. He has got such swag. I love catching up with him at the ballpark. And he is, Angel fans sit there and say, well, why should I go support the? He is one of the reasons. Go support the team. He's probably the best player we don't talk about in baseball at all. We never talk about him. Go look at his numbers the last 2 years. Yeah. They're fantastic. I'm going to go with a guy who also is an 84. So as you mentioned, just one back of that diamond status. And that's Andres Munoz, the closer for the Seattle Mariners, who is really one of the best in the game. Second last year in the AL in saves. He had the best ERA plus of his career, 2.19. That's getting into some serious business. He's a big strikeout guy, 12 Ks per 9. Now, I will admit that sometimes when I'm flipping around looking for a late night game, I will always catch like his 1 or 2 blow-ups a year, but I still love watching him pitch. He's a good, fun dude. He's got great energy about him. I think that should be worth a point or two when we're talking about MLB The Show ratings, whether or not I like a guy. So I think that should be fair.
I think the Twins got him once last year. I think it was one
yes,
of the
I think you're right.
yeah, go Twins.
He does have one of those where he'll give up 3 or 4. It happens to all the
I also love watching him pitch, man. Slider first guy, got the velo too, just kind of funky, pitches backwards, sort of. Would not like to face him.
Well, you remember when the Padres made that trade with the Mariners, and I think he was 20 at the time when he went up to Seattle, and people are like, well, that's going to be the guy that you're going to regret giving up. And sure enough, he's blossomed into an all-star and a great, great player. Do you have a dude who made the diamond list that maybe shouldn't have?
Well, there's Emmanuel Clase is still on the list. I don't think he should be on the list. That was low-hanging fruit for me.
Brother, he's on some lists.
He's on some lists. I'm going with Anthony Santander. I know he has the potential to be a diamond player, but last year was just, he played 54 games to a -1 WAR. I don't know, man. I think you got to prove yourself again. Put him at a 82, let him work his way back up.
Okay. It really pains me to say this because this must incorporate, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, it must incorporate multiple years, or in this case, maybe his best years ever, because I don't know if Mike Trout is still a diamond player. Who'd you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Adley Rutschman.
Oh, that would have been a good one. That would have been a really good one. I don't know how Mike Trout is still in there. He was a
Don't
sub.
you dare. Don't do that.
I guess I'm asking more than saying.
I don't know, man. I have such respect.
I do too.
I know.
Come on, man.
I know
don't
what you're
do this.
saying.
I guess I'm asking. I mean, he still had 20 plus homers, mid-20s.
I think he gets more years to hang on to the diamond than most guys do.
Okay. I can be convinced. I don't know. God dang it. I feel like
you can hate on these older guys, dude. Mookie, Trout.
Oh, my God. People were hating my Mookie. All I said was that I don't think Mookie's going to finish in the top 6 of the MVP. Jesus.
He's got fans.
I know he does. And you're looking at one of them. I love watching Mookie Betts play. Hey, guess what? You know how many people are going to finish in the top 6 of MVP voting in each league if you combine them? 12.
Yes.
12 people. I'll help you with the math. That doesn't mean I hate the rest of the league. Jesus, step off. Give this old man some breathing room right now. Thank you. Don't forget, MLB The Show 26 pre-order. It's available March 17th. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, Nintendo Switch. It is rated E for everyone. We should play MLB The Show.
I've tried it multiple times with my son, dude. I just strike out every time, and it gives me like bad memories.
I know. Oh, does it? Do you play as yourself?
I mean, I'm not on this version.
You can create yourself.
I've played as myself before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can create yourself.
I can.
Yeah. If so, would you go with the flowing locks? Would you bring back the moulet?
Dude, I'd get back up to my playing weight, tell you that much.
You look great right now. Stop. All right, it's time right now for our weekly SoFi Spotlight of the Week. And this guy's gotten some buzz based on his appearance a little bit and what he's done in the outfield. He is one of the top prospects in all of baseball. He is Max Clark. We haven't had a chance just because of the timing of our show to talk a little bit about him. I mean, he went jewelry shopping, wore about 10 of them out in the field. His play in the outfield has been suspect at best. It happened again yesterday against the Dominican, misjudging a liner by about 8 feet.
Who
He's
was
had some
running
drops
right
in
there?
the
Oh,
outfield.
Caminero?
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, dude.
He will not be in the 2028 Summer Games in LA in the track and field portion of the program. He might if it comes to the shot and the discus, but it will not be in the sprints.
I was like, Sal Perez is not Dominican. That's what it looked like to me, right?
Hey, I love it. I love seeing guys where I was like, hey, in my heyday, I think I could have beaten him around the bases. I think it's possible. Could have happened. Let's get back to Max Clark. Dan, throw the picture up of his jewelry. He's been getting some shit on social media for, come on, dude, you're 21. You're not even close to the show yet, and you're iced out like that as a former major league player. What's your thoughts?
I would have like made fun of him for sure, like in the clubhouse. Like, I would have ribbed them a little bit, but also I would have had his back and said, hey, as long as you're getting your work in and putting in the time and the effort, do whatever you got to do, man. Like, I was at the crossroads of old school guys not letting a rookie do anything into where we kind of transitioned into, hey, like, let's make guys feel comfortable. So I saw both sides of it. So maybe I have a unique perspective on this, but again, yeah, I would have like made fun of the chains, no doubt, dude. But again, I would have had this kid's back as long as he was putting in the work. And from all accounts, you listen to Hinch, you listen to all the guys that have been around him, and they say, dude, that he's a worker, he's a dog, he wants to be great. And that's what matters. Like the chains, the look, none of that stuff matters, dude. Like, can you have some fun with it? Sure, dude. I'm sure guys in the Tigers clubhouse are doing that. At the same time, he's in your organization. He's going to be part of your team at some point. Like, you want to succeed. So like, make sure you're bringing him along with you. Like that's how I feel about it. Like, in a couple misjudged balls in spring training, like, get out of here, dude. Like, and if you haven't made an error, raise your hand. Nobody's raising their hand. So I'm yeah, maybe you got
perfect fielding percentage in Major League Baseball history.
It's a 0 though.
Oh shit. Yeah.
It's not 1,000. So yeah, I mean, look, I don't care about the chains, dude. I don't. Like, are they a lot? Would I wear a Ford chain? No. One time I tried on Miguel Sano's chain and it was so heavy. I said, Pop, how are we doing this? How can you run with this? He's a lot bigger than me, but do what you got to do. Get the work in. That's all that matters, Chris. Be a good teammate. He is.
I think some of the people see, I agree with you, but I'm just trying to think about the other side of this. Why not wait until you get up there? Why are you doing it when you're still going to be in AA? Why?
What do we say about guys all the time? Be yourself. Be yourself.
I think it's fair.
Like, I saw Danny Valencia get ripped in our clubhouse, man. Ripped. And like, he was cocky, no doubt about it. But did he deserve like a lot of the stuff that he got? No. And I think, like, imagine like being a young guy in the big leagues and dealing with like some of that aspect of the clubhouse where like you don't feel comfortable coming in. Like, this is just how I am. This is how I have to be successful. And you're getting mocked and talked down to. Like, I think Justin Turner was one of the guys who I think deserves a lot of credit for like ushering in the rookies and being like, we just want you to feel comfortable. And he kind of changed the culture of that. And then the game started bringing guys up younger and younger as the years went on. So it's just completely changed. And I'm such in favor of, especially like a guy that came up and struggled as a rookie and was scared and like got, I didn't get treated great. I I would, it's when you get up there, you just want to feel like part of the team.
Mm-hmm. It's important. Acceptance.
Yeah.
Who's it hurting if he does wear that stuff? Other
Nobody.
than maybe his legs for his ability to not get around the
Bank account, a little bit. He's got a lot of money, though.
He sure does. That's what happens when you're a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
I whatever. I mean, if you want to root against the kid because you think he looks ridiculous, I think it's good to have people that are villains too. I don't know why it'd be a villain because he's wearing chains. You don't know him at all. You're judging somebody by the way they look.
That's the thing. It's like, have you met him?
No.
Do you know him? How can you form an opinion on somebody if you haven't even met him?
People who are critical of others just based on the way that they look, you might want to check yourself a little bit.
Ooh, check yourself.
Might want to. I don't know. I've always wanted to be iced out. Do I still have this?
I think, I know. I was going to say, you could rock it. You could. There are times, man, during the summer when you got that chain popping, chest hair out that looks these.
For my guy Poppy, number 500. Still got that.
Mm.
No, this is way better. This is way better.
I've never been a jewelry guy. I buy my wife jewelry, and I can't buy myself jewelry too.
Yeah, no, I a little bit. I have a ring, I have a high, and I have an Apple Watch.
You know what the Tiger should do?
What's that?
As soon as he gets up, man, they should do a giveaway, like a 4-chain giveaway.
That'd be
like,
great.
Just do it, man.
Do a Max Clark T-shirt with the chains hanging.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome, Tigers marketing. They're going to run with that, aren't they?
Or
we should do it. Why don't we just do it for shop.johnboymedia.com? You don't think Tigers fans would buy that?
I think they would. And hey, let's just give a shout out. We got our Major League license, Major League Baseball license. So we have actual team names on stuff now, along with our MLB license. So you can get guys' names. So we're running. Go check it out.
I'm gonna let our chief of the merch department, Patrick, know about that. It's a good one.
So Patrick, step it up.
Yeah, I like it. Let us know if you'd buy that, because all we need are like 2 people to make it profitable for us.
Gosh, you know what, man? Being a rookie is so tough.
Oh, I'm sure.
So tough.
I am sure.
I would have made fun of him for sure. So I don't want people to so what?
Let's be honest. The making fun of it is part of the big league experience.
It's so good. And then I would have given him a big hug and a slap on the butt, dude. And I would say, "Hey, Rook, go get me a beer. Let's go to the shower."
All right, that didn't get weird. Listen, I've been involved in crypto. My man Plouffe's been involved in crypto, but sometimes those platforms can get a little nerve-wracking and complicated if you haven't dealt with it before. But good news for you. SoFi, it's the first nationally chartered bank where you can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency all in one simple app. You can actually access over 25 cryptocurrencies all on one federally regulated platform with the safeguards of a bank. SoFi provides in-app guidance to help you learn as you go so you can invest smarter. Best part of this entire thing can be done in the same SoFi app as the rest of your finances as well. Crypto is inherently risky. You need to make sure that it's right for your financial situation. But if you're ready to explore crypto with SoFi, all you have to do is visit SoFi.com/JohnBoy. That'll start your crypto journey. And as a special bonus, right now, SoFi is giving away $100,000 in Bitcoin each week through the end of March. So open an account today to claim your share. Go do it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your time up there in the snowy mountains.
I'm about to put my tea clothes on right now.
Are you? Now. Okay. I love that. And we'll be back. Oh, there you are. There you are, Plouffe. Look at
be
this.
18, my last year there.
Look at you. What a stud.
I was a stud. That's some Max Clark eye black right there.
Yeah.
Was I his favorite player growing up?
Probably not.
Probably not. You're right.
That is some thick stuff. Did that shit really help?
No, not at all. No, it's just for show.
Doesn't help
like
100%.
You know what? That's not eye black. You know what that is? It's burnt cork. And the more expensive the wine cork you use, the better, because it's the show.
What the fuck would you do with that? You'd burn it and then rub it on your face?
Absolutely, Chris.
Oh, that's gross.
Absolutely.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Just living, baby.
All right, you know what? Let's wear some burnt cork on opening day.
Okay.
We'll do it. All right, for our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, the king of the burnt cork, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We will see you next week here on Baseball Today.